When God releases you, you have to make preparation that I'm not going back. I'm not going back. You don't just get released and decided that things are going to fall into place. Things doesn't come by osmosis. You got to fix things. You have to strategize, plan, and you have to make a determination that I'm not going back. And you have to make plans, put things in place that you're not going back. And so did Manasseh. What he did, he emerges from captivity with a new attitude. He emerges from captivity with a new perspective. When God has delivered him, he says, no longer I'm going to go back to the same lifestyle that I was. No longer I am going to do things that displeases God. He came from prison with a renewed drive and zest and vitality. He became proactive to redo the wrong that he has done. He's going to redo the wrong, make them right. In verse 14, give us a description of what he did first. Verse 14 to verse 15, give us a description. He says, after he came back from prison, he rebuilt the outer walls of the city of David, west of Gan, spring in the valley, as far as the entrance of the fish gate, and encircling the hill of Ophel. And he also made it much what? Higher. First thing he did, he made a security around the city of Jerusalem for protection. No longer the enemy can look over. No longer you look over in the enemy territory. Not only does he rebuild it, but he built it higher. Higher, protecting yourself from against that which have enslaved you in the first place, that which have sent you into prison. The next thing he did, he stationed military commanders, not just soldiers, but military commanders in the fortified city of Judah. Oh, you need to set persons in your life who can protect and help to provide a protection for you. You can't do it by yourself. You need person who's going to help you, and they have to be strategically positioned in your life. The fortified city. That means what you're doing when you send them to the fortified city, you're making sure that your heart is protected. The Bible says, guard your heart, because it's the wellspring of life. You have to set commander over your heart and say, protect this heart of mine. Commander over your mind, the fortified city. Commander over your mind. You have to set commander over your feet. We're going to say the places I used to go, I go there no more. The things I used to see, I don't look at it anymore. The things that I used to do, I do them no more. You don't just break out of prison and stand still and think it's going to drop from the heaven. You got to make a plan. You got to move out. You got to move out. So he put commanders in fortified city. The next thing he does, he got rid of the foreign gods. You have to get rid of that which has caused your demise in the first place. Some of us want to serve God, but want to carry our gods with us. But what he did, he get rid of his foreign gods. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You have the only wise God, and you're importing foreign God to serve. So you get rid of his foreign God and remove the images from the temple of the Lord, as well as all the altar he had built on the temple hill. You have to get rid of. When you're coming back, when you're going, when you're released, and when you come back through the gate, you must get rid of things that binds you, that things that reminds you of your past. You must break down those things that are obstruction and opposition in your life. Break them down. If you gotta break people out of your life, you gotta break some people out of your life. If you're gonna move forward, you're gonna have some people who are gonna be stumbling block. So you gotta break them out of your life, because guess what? You know that God is going to use you. You're going to remove some people out. You have to go throughout some things. Oh, we are holding, we don't want to let go, but some things have to be thrown out. Oh, he throws some things out. He breaks down and he threw out, because you can't renew if the old building is still there. You got to break it down and rebuild. Break it down and rebuild. Oh, you have to return to your first love. After he breaks down, he says, some of us want to rebuild on the old structure, but it can't work. Because guess what? The new structures, the old structure is going to break away. Because the weight of the new structure, it's going to break away. You can't build on the old structure. So you need to tear it down. The Bible says, then he restored. After he tore it down, then he restored the altar of the Lord. You can't restore something that is not torn down. You got to tear it down and restore the altar of the Lord. Then he restored sacrifice. Then he restored offering. And then he told Judah, he says, Judah, I am sorry, Judah, that I've led you astray, but come back to serving God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the God of Israel. He called them back into worshiping the true and the living God. Sadly enough, verse 17 tells us that the people, however, committed to sacrifice at the high places, but only to the Lord their God. That's why I'm calling out the leaders today, that some damages that you have done is irreversible. When you're leading God's people, you better make sure you're leading them in the right direction. He wanted to reverse it, but the people said, I'm not coming back to the temple. I will worship God in my own place. It's irreversible. And God is going to hold you accountable. God is going to hold us accountable. They refused to go back to the temple because they were influenced to stay away from the temple of God. Some of us, they say too many hypocrites in the temple. I'm not going back. Too many hypocrites in the temple. But be careful or you influence the life of others, because whatever you do has a lasting impact. Whatever you do, make no mistake, brothers and sisters. Whatever you do, whatever you say has a lasting impact on the life of those you are leading. You better make sure that you lead them in a positive way and give them a positive impact on their lives. Finally, how to get rid of the stigma that lingers after imprisonment. How to get rid of the stigma. Once you overcome, you got to get rid of it. It says release. Write this down. Release is achieved when you walk through the gate of the prison or when you walk away from your captor. My sister just testified that she walked away. She didn't walk away. She jumped over the fence. Jump over the neighbor's fence. And sometimes you got to run. It's not the time to play sanctimonious. It's the time to kick off the heels. If you have to tear the apple, if you can't run, if you have to wobble, you better run. You better get out of there. So release is achieved when you walk through the gates of your captor. But freedom comes when you release your offender.